Pull up a chair. Ain't no sense standing if you're gonna hear this one. I ain't saying every word is true, but I ain't calling the old-timers liars either. This happened out west, back when the maps had blank spots, back when strange things still had room to happen. And it all started with a fella named July Snow. July Snow come riding out of nowhere, hat pulled low against the sun. Didn't talk much about where he'd been, just asked where the trail might run. Old man Wilson pointed southward toward the Colorado's flow. July smiled and tipped his hat, said, "I reckon I'll race it." Now most folks cross a river. July Snow challenged one. The river took off rolling, pushing hard toward the sea. July cut across the desert like he had somewhere else to be. Jumped 3 canyons before breakfast, crossed 2 counties before noon, stopped and ate beside a windmill, still arrived way too soon. July Snow, that's the name they know, drifting where the wild winds blow. Never looked for trouble, never laid plans though, but strange things always seem to follow. July Snow. That would have been enough story for most men. Wasn't even Tuesday for July. A tumbleweed came rolling by, big as any church in town, knocked a water tower sideways, tore 3 telegraph poles down. July looked up from his coffee like he'd barely heard the noise, stood and caught that tumbleweed and used it for a horse. Folks laughed until they saw him riding it. Somewhere near the painted desert, July stopped to make his camp, struck a match to light his lantern and lit the northern lights instead. Colors danced across New Mexico, bright enough to read at night. July shrugged and kept on eating like that happened all the time. July Snow, there he'd go, past where common sense would go. Every trail got stranger, every tale would grow, right behind the shadow of July Snow. Now some men leave footprints, some leave memories. July Snow left stories, the kind that get bigger every year, the kind old cowboys tell when the coffee's hot and the night gets long. Last I heard he rode westward toward a sunset painted gold, chasing a thunderstorm he'd wagered couldn't make it over the ridge. Some say he won, some say the storm did. Truth is, nobody knows. But every now and then, when somebody tells a story that sounds just a little too impossible, you'll hear an old cowboy laugh, lean back in his chair and say, "Sounds like July Snow." Then he'll take another sip and start telling another story.
That'll do, Groove.